You've got to stop blaming the world for where you are. You've got to stop pointing fingers at your parents, your boss, your past, or your surroundings, because here's the truth no one wants to hear it's all on you. Every result you have, every situation you're in, every habit you've built, it's because of you, and the sooner you accept that, the sooner your life starts to change. Most people never get this. They live their entire lives waiting for someone to come and fix things. They wait for the right opportunity, the right connection, the right motivation. They think someone out there will hand them the life they dream of, but no one's coming. No one's going to walk into your life and suddenly make it all make sense. You are the only one responsible for changing your life, and until you truly accept that, you'll keep spinning in circles blaming everything except the person in the mirror. Taking radical responsibility doesn't mean everything is your fault. Sometimes life hits you with things you never saw coming. You might have been born into a broken family, faced betrayal, struggled financially, or been treated unfairly. But here's the difference between people who grow and people who stay stuck. The ones who grow don't waste energy blaming circumstances. They take ownership anyway. They look at the mess and say, okay, this is where I am, it sucks, but it's still my responsibility to fix it. That's real power. When you blame others, you give away your control. You say, I can't change my life until someone else changes. But when you take responsibility, you take that power back. You stop waiting and start acting. You stop living as a victim and start becoming the creator of your story. It's not easy, in fact. It's brutal because it means confronting your own weakness, your own laziness, your own patterns. But that's where freedom begins. Look around you. The majority of people are addicted to excuses. They say, I can't because I didn't go to the right school, or I can't because my family doesn't support me, or I can't because I don't have time. Yet those same people waste hours scrolling, binge, watching, and complaining. They spend more time defending their excuses than they do building their future. The truth is, excuses feel good in the moment because they protect your ego. They let you off the hook, but in the long run, they kill your potential. Every excuse you make is a brick in the wall that separates you from the life you want. Taking radical responsibility means tearing that wall down one decision at a time. It means saying, if I don't have the skill, I'll learn it. If I don't have the time, I'll make it. If I don't have the money, I'll find a way. It means you stop negotiating with your limitations and start demanding more from yourself. And when you do that, life starts to shift in ways you can't even imagine. The reason most people stay stuck is because they're addicted to comfort. They don't actually want to change, they just want the feeling of wanting to change. Real change requires pain, it requires sacrifice, it requires you to look at your life and admit, I've been lazy, I've been inconsistent, I've been lying to myself. That level of honesty hurts, but it's necessary. Because you can't improve what you refuse to face. Every successful person you admire, every entrepreneur, athlete, or creator got there because they took full ownership. They stopped waiting for help and started helping themselves. They didn't have all the answers, but they were willing to take the first step. They didn't sit around saying, I can't because. They said, how can I? That's the mindset that builds empires. That's the mindset that separates the average from the exceptional. When you take radical responsibility, something powerful happens. Your energy shifts. You stop wasting time feeling sorry for yourself and start using that time to improve yourself. You begin to see obstacles differently. Instead of saying, why me, you say, try me. Every challenge becomes a test of who you're becoming. Every setback becomes feedback. You realize that no one is responsible for your happiness, your finances, your growth. It's all on you. And strangely enough, that realization feels good, because now you're in control. You start showing up differently. You stop blaming your circumstances and start building new ones. You stop hanging out with people who complain and start surrounding yourself with people who take action. You stop looking for motivation and start creating discipline. You stop saying, I'll try, and start saying, I'll do. That's what radical responsibility does. It transforms your entire identity. The truth is, you will never feel ready. You will never have the perfect plan. You will never have complete clarity. But if you keep waiting, life will pass you by. Taking responsibility means moving forward anyway. It means doing the thing even when you're scared, even when you're tired, even when no one's cheering for you. Because that's what winners do. They don't need someone to save them. They save themselves. And here's the irony: when you finally stop waiting for others, when you take ownership and push through the pain, that's when life starts giving back. Opportunities appear. People start respecting you. Momentum builds, not because the universe suddenly became fair, but because you became capable. You became someone who earns what they want instead of wishing for it. So stop blaming, stop waiting, stop expecting anyone to care more about your future than you do. No one's coming to save you, and that's the best thing that could ever happen. Because when you truly understand that it's all on you, you unlock something unstoppable inside yourself. You become dangerous not in a destructive way, but in a focused, relentless, disciplined way. You stop living reactively and start living intentionally. Everything you want is on the other side of responsibility. Every dream, every goal, every version of yourself you wish you were, it's all waiting for you to take ownership. So ask yourself right now, are you ready to stop being a victim and start being the author of your life? Because once you do, nothing can stop you. Not luck, not fear, not circumstances, nothing. No one's coming to save you. It's all on you. But once you realize that, you'll never need saving again. Everyone says they want to win, but almost no one means it. Everyone talks about success, freedom, and wealth, but the truth is, most people are lying to themselves. They want the outcome, not the process. They want the lifestyle, not the work. They want to look successful, not be successful. That's why they stay stuck. Because while they talk, dream, and scroll, the few who are actually serious are quietly building. If you're serious about changing your life, the first thing you have to understand is this: your excuses are killing you. Every time you say I can't, what you really mean is I won't. You don't lack time, you lack discipline. You don't lack resources, you lack creativity. You don't lack opportunity, you lack hunger. The harsh truth is that it's easier to stay comfortable than to grow. It's easier to say I'll start tomorrow than to start now. It's easier to complain about what you don't have than to build with what you do. You have to make a decision right here, right now, to stop being the person who explains why it can't be done and start being the person who figures out how to make it happen. Every time you choose an excuse, you're building weakness. Every time you choose discipline, you're building strength. And the difference between people who win and people who stay average comes down to that choice made over and over again, every single day. Think about it. You say you want to get in shape, but you skip the gym because you're tired. You say you want to start a business, but you never do the work because you're scared to fail. You say you want to change your life, but you can't even wake up on time. The truth is, your actions don't match your ambitions. You've built an identity around excuses, not around excellence. And until you break that pattern, your life will never change. You've got to understand that no one cares about your excuses. The world doesn't care how hard your life has been, how unfair your circumstances are, or how little support you have. The world only rewards results. Harsh, maybe, but fair, absolutely. Because the second you stop expecting sympathy, you free yourself to take action. You stop waiting for life to be easy, and you start becoming strong enough to handle it when it's hard. Building yourself means doing the things you don't want to do, especially when you don't feel like doing them. It means training your mind and your body to move when it's inconvenient, uncomfortable, and painful. That's where growth happens. Every time you push through resistance, you're building character. Every time you do something difficult without needing motivation, you're creating a version of yourself that can't be broken. Motivation fades, discipline doesn't. Most people never realize how powerful they are because they've never given themselves a chance to find out. They quit the moment it gets hard. They chase short-term comfort and destroy long-term growth. They let distractions run their life. Hours go by, days go by, years go by, and they wonder why nothing changes. The reason nothing changes is because they don't change. You can read all the books, watch all the videos, attend all the seminars, but if you don't apply, it means nothing. Knowledge without action is just intellectual entertainment. Building yourself means you take that knowledge and turn it into execution. You learn a skill and you apply it. You fail and you learn. You fall and you get back up. You outwork everyone else until your results speak louder than your excuses ever did. You stop chasing quick fixes and start mastering the fundamentals: consistency, focus, patience, and execution. That's what separates people who get results from people who keep talking about getting results. You've got to understand something. No one builds confidence by talking about it. You build it by doing the work. When you keep the promises you make to yourself, wake up early, train hard, study, work, you start to respect yourself. And when you respect yourself, you stop needing validation from others. You stop comparing. You stop chasing approval. You become grounded, focused, and unshakable. The more you build yourself, the less you depend on external things. You stop needing motivation because you've developed momentum. You stop needing perfect conditions because you've trained to thrive in chaos. You stop running from problems because you know how to solve them. You become dangerous in control, disciplined, and capable. That's what happens when you make yourself your number one project. Ask yourself, what are you building right now? Are you building habits that make you stronger, or patterns that make you weaker? Are you building confidence, or are you building self-doubt by breaking your own promises every day? Every small decision is a brick, and you're either building a foundation or a prison. You can't escape the work. You can only decide which direction it's taking you. Building yourself doesn't happen overnight. It's not sexy, it's not glamorous, and it's definitely not comfortable. It's early mornings, late nights, and countless repetitions. It's saying no to parties, distractions, and comfort when everyone else gives in. It's doing the work that no one sees so you can live the life that no one else can. You have to fall in love with the process. You have to stop needing constant results and start valuing progress, because real growth happens slowly and it's supposed to, and understand this, your old self will fight you. The lazy version of you, the insecure version of you, the undisciplined version of you, they'll all resist. That voice in your head will whisper, take a break, you've done enough. It'll say, you deserve rest, you can skip just this once. But that's how mediocrity wins, one small compromise at a time. You have to silence that voice. You have to remember that every time you give in to weakness, you reinforce it, and every time you overcome it, you kill a part of it. You're not here to live an average life. You're not here to coast through the years doing the bare minimum. You're here to evolve, to become sharper, stronger, more capable. That's what life demands. That's what your goals demand. No one's going to hand you that. You have to build it, so start building. Build discipline. Build focus. Build habits that make you unrecognizable a year from now, because no one's going to do it for you. No one's coming to push you. No one's coming to tell you when to move. It's all on you. And the best part, that means you have full control. You have the power to rewrite your story, but you've got to stop wasting time defending your limitations and start proving your potential. You can keep building excuses, or you can start building yourself, but you can't do both. Every day, you're casting a vote for the person you want to become. Every choice, every action, every moment is shaping your future, so stop looking for shortcuts, stop waiting for perfect timing, and stop hoping for someone else to do the work. It's time to shut down the noise, lock in, and build. Build your mind, build your habits, build your skills, build your future, because no one's coming to save you, and that's your greatest advantage. Once you truly understand that, you'll never make another excuse again. The sooner you understand that the world owes you absolutely nothing, the faster your life will start to make sense. You're not entitled to success. You're not entitled to happiness. You're not entitled to comfort, love, or respect. The universe doesn't hand out trophies for effort or good intentions. It rewards results, and results only come from one thing: execution. The world doesn't care how hard you tried. It cares what you built, what you became, and what you contributed. That's it. We've grown up in a generation that's been taught to expect help, expect support. Expect things to work out just because we deserve it. But the truth is brutal. You don't deserve anything just for existing. You earn everything. Every bit of progress, every ounce of respect, every drop of success, it's earned through sacrifice, discipline, and pain. The world doesn't hand you what you want. It hands you opportunities to prove that you're worthy of it. And most people never take those opportunities because they're too busy waiting for fairness. But fairness doesn't exist. Some people start with more money, better parents, better health, better connections. So what? That's life. You can spend your entire existence crying about how unfair it is. Or you can play the cards you were dealt better than anyone else. Winners don't complain about the rules of the game. They learn how to play the game and win anyway. The world isn't supposed to be easy, it's supposed to test you. And if you're still sitting around waiting for someone to make it easier, you've already lost. The moment you stop expecting things to be fair is the moment you start becoming dangerous, because when you expect nothing, you stop being disappointed. You stop feeling sorry for yourself. You stop resenting others. You stop comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. You realize that no one owes you a perfect life, and suddenly, you're free to build your own. That's where your power begins. You have to kill entitlement if you want to evolve. Entitlement is poison. It whispers lies like, I work hard, so I deserve this, or I'm a good person, so things should go my way. Life doesn't care how good you are. It cares how consistent, resilient, and strategic you are. You could be the nicest person on earth, but if you're lazy, unfocused, and easily distracted, you'll lose to someone who just works harder. That's reality, harsh but fair. And here's the paradox: the second you stop expecting anything from the world, you actually start receiving more. Because you stop waiting and start working. You stop hoping for miracles and start creating them. You stop begging for validation and start earning respect. You stop chasing comfort and start chasing growth. The people who get ahead are not the ones who sit around asking, "Why don't I have what they have?" They're the ones who say, "How can I build it myself?" Most people are addicted to the victim mindset. They need someone to blame. They say, "It's the economy," or "It's my parents," or "It's my country." They love the story that says they can't win because that story gives them an excuse to stop trying. It protects their ego. It justifies their lack of effort. But the truth is, as long as you hold on to that story, you'll never grow, because the victim mindset feels safe, but it kills your potential. You can't play both roles. You can't be the victim and the hero at the same time. When you take responsibility and stop expecting the world to give you anything, something changes inside you. You start playing offense instead of defense. You stop waiting for opportunities to appear, you create them. You stop asking for permission, you take action. You stop expecting people to care, and because of that, you stop wasting energy trying to impress them. You realize that no one's opinion, no one's approval, no one's validation can make or break you, only your effort can. It's funny, the people who achieve the most are usually the ones who started with the least. Because they never had the luxury of entitlement, they had to figure it out, they had to struggle, and in that struggle, they built resilience. They learned how to move without help, how to grind without applause, how to fight without backup. That's what made them strong. Meanwhile, the ones who were given everything never learned how to handle loss, how to build grit, or how to stay disciplined when things get hard. Comfort made them weak. You need to stop chasing an easy life and start building a meaningful one. You don't grow from comfort, you grow from resistance. Every challenge you face is shaping you into someone more capable, if you choose to see it that way. You either treat pain as punishment or as preparation. The difference is mindset. The people who thrive aren't lucky, they just stopped expecting life to be easy. They learned how to use adversity as fuel. You're not supposed to have everything figured out. You're supposed to struggle. You're supposed to fall and learn. You're supposed to get rejected, embarrassed, and uncomfortable. That's what it means to be alive. The people who complain about life being unfair are the same ones who haven't accepted reality. The truth is, life is hard, but so what? You're harder. That's the point. You weren't born to be rescued. You were born to build. When you stop expecting the world to give you anything, you finally start giving to the world. You start contributing. You start solving problems instead of creating them. You start becoming the person other people rely on, not the one who's always relying on others. That's real power. That's what fulfillment feels like. So stop asking for things to be fair. Stop waiting for help. Stop thinking the world owes you a chance. It doesn't. You owe yourself the effort. You owe yourself the discipline. You owe yourself the life you keep talking about. No one's coming to hand it to you. You have to take it through work, through patience, through consistency. Because the truth is, the world doesn't owe you anything, but if you're willing to outwork everyone, it will give you everything. It will give you freedom. It will give you options. It will give you the satisfaction of knowing that you built your life with your own two hands. And that feeling, that quiet, earned pride is worth more than anything someone could ever give you. So stop waiting for what you think you deserve. Go earn it. The world owes you nothing, but you owe yourself everything.